Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of English Flow Conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. And today we're diving into a topic that almost every English learner struggles with: how to improve speaking. Not reading, not listening, speaking.
Speaking is the skill people want most, but it's also the skill people avoid the most.
Oh yeah, people want to sound natural, fluent, confident, but when it's time to talk, they freeze like a deer in the headlights.
Or they start translating in their head, or think about grammar too much, or worry people will judge their accent.
Exactly. And today we're going to talk about all those challenges and give real ways to improve. But we'll do it like a conversation, naturally, slowly building ideas.
Right, and let's start with the basics. David, if a student told you, I want to improve my speaking, but I don't know where to start, what would you say?
I'd say start speaking before you feel ready. No one ever feels 100% ready.
Yes, people think they need to study for years before speaking, but actually, speaking early builds confidence.
And let's be honest, if you wait until you're perfect, you'll never speak.
You know, this reminds me, when I was learning Spanish, I kept telling myself I'll speak when I know more vocabulary. But the real improvement came when I started speaking with the little I already knew.
Same for me with Korean. I knew only a few words, but I used them. And the more I used them, the faster I learned.
Let's talk about the fear of making mistakes because it's huge.
Oh, totally. Students often worry they'll say something wrong or sound silly or embarrass themselves.
But mistakes are the tickets to fluency.
Yeah, when you speak and make a mistake, it's actually productive. You learn something. But when you stay quiet, you learn nothing.
And I'll be honest, even native speakers make mistakes. They forget words, change sentences, repeat themselves.
Or they pause for a long time.
Or they use wrong grammar, like there's many people outside. We do that all the time.
The goal of speaking isn't perfection, it's communication.
One thing I always tell students is practice speaking alone, out loud, maybe in your room.
Yes, people underestimate self-practice. Speaking to yourself is actually powerful.
Some people think it's weird, but it's like vocal training. You're training your mouth to move in English.
And you're building confidence. When you speak alone, no pressure, no judgment.
I used to practice Spanish by describing everything I did. I'm opening the door, I'm making coffee, I'm leaving the house.
That's great for fluency. It creates an English thinking habit.
Another barrier is translating from your native language.
Oh yes, translating slows everything. It creates a mental traffic jam.
And students wonder why they can understand English but can't speak fast. It's because their brain is trying to convert ideas instead of thinking in English.
Thinking in English doesn't mean perfect English in your head. It means simple, clear thoughts.
Like, instead of thinking in your language, I didn't sleep well because my neighbor was noisy last night, you think in English, no sleep, neighbor loud, so tired today.
Exactly. Simple, natural, direct.
I always encourage students to speak in short sentences first.
Yes, short sentences build rhythm. Long sentences bring stress.
If a student tries to speak a long, perfect sentence, they often freeze, but short sentences, easy.
Like instead of, I would like to explain that I have been studying English for many years but still struggle with confidence.
Say, I'm learning English, many years, still not confident, but I'm improving.
Same message, more fluent.
People think they must speak like a native speaker, but you don't.
Absolutely. You need your style.
Some people speak slowly and clearly. Some people speak fast. Some use few words. Some use many.
And accents, they're beautiful.
Your accent shows your history.
Yes, accents are not mistakes, they're identity.
The goal isn't to eliminate your accent, it's to speak clearly so others understand you.
I want to touch on something important: listening.
Ah, yes, the foundation.
Many students don't realize that speaking skills come from listening. The more natural English you hear, the more natural English you produce.
It's like a child learning their first language. They listen for years before speaking.
If you listen to robotic or unnatural English, you'll speak unnaturally. But if you listen to real English, you'll speak naturally.
That's why podcasts, movies, conversations, and YouTube are so helpful.
Some students overthink when speaking.
Overthinking kills fluency.
Yes, fluency is flow, not perfection.
I always say, speak first, fix later.
And when you speak, don't try to plan the next sentence. Speak freely.
When you trust yourself, the words come more naturally.
Let's talk about creating an environment where speaking becomes natural.
Good idea. Environment is everything.
If you're surrounded by people who don't speak English, you need to create English moments.
For example, changing your phone and apps to English.
Or watching English videos every day.
Joining online language communities.
Talking to English-speaking friends.
Or talking to yourself when alone.
Every bit helps.
Here's something people forget. Speaking is emotional.
Yes, confidence is half psychology, half language.
If you feel relaxed, you speak better.
If you feel stressed or nervous, your brain blocks words.
So improving your emotional state helps your English.
Let's talk about habits. Daily habits matter more than long study sessions.
True, 5 minutes a day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week.
Small habits build automatic speaking ability.
Like repeating phrases from a video.
Or shadowing a podcast.
Or speaking 3 sentences every morning.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of our conversation on how to improve your English speaking. If you listened to part 1, we talked about confidence, fear, and why speaking is a psychological skill as much as a language skill. Now, in part 2, we want to move deeper. We'll talk about habits, daily practice, useful methods, and how real people improve.
Yes, and this part is all about practical steps. Not big theories, not complicated learning techniques. Real, simple things people can do every day. We want every listener to finish this episode thinking, okay, I can do that. I can start right now.
So, let's jump in. I want to start with something very important, the difference between practicing English and using English. People often think they're practicing, but they're not really speaking.
Absolutely. You know what many learners tell me? They say, Anna, I watch English videos every day, or I listen to English podcasts for hours. But when I ask, how much do you actually speak? The answer is usually not much.
Exactly. Listening is great. Watching videos is great. But speaking is a skill of output, not input. If you want to speak well, you must get the words out of your mouth. You must produce sound. You must try to form sentences with your own voice.
And that's the scary part for many people. They feel embarrassed, they feel shy. But the truth is, no one becomes a good speaker by being silent. The moment you start speaking, even to yourself, you start improving.
Speaking of speaking to yourself, let's talk about that. Some people think it's weird, but honestly, it's one of the most powerful techniques ever.
Oh, I agree. Self-talk is amazing. I do it when learning languages too. When I learned Spanish, I talked to myself constantly. I described what I was doing, what I was thinking, what I wanted to eat, what I planned to do next.
And the funny part is, when you talk to yourself, there's no pressure. No one is judging you. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to speak.
Exactly. And the more you speak, the faster words come out. You train your mouth, your tongue, your brain. You build fluency, like exercising a muscle.
Let's break down some habits people can add to their daily routine, and let's make them simple. Things people can do in 5 minutes.
Yes, I'll start with this one. Habit number 1, narrate your day. As you walk, cook, clean, or shower, describe what you're doing in English.
I love that. Here's mine. Habit number 2, speak 1 minute every morning. Just 1 minute. Set a timer and talk about anything. What you dreamt, what you plan for the day, how you feel. It's easy but effective.
And another, habit number 3, imitation practice. Pick a YouTuber, podcast, or actor and copy their speaking style. Repeat their sentences with emotion, with energy. This teaches rhythm and natural speech.
Absolutely. When I learned Japanese, I imitated anime characters at first. Not the best vocabulary, but it helped with pronunciation massively.
Yeah, maybe anime isn't perfect for all learners, but the imitation technique works no matter what you listen to. You can imitate news anchors, TV hosts, vloggers, teachers, anyone.
Let me add something. Habit number 4, ask yourself questions in English. Like, what did I do today? What will I do next? Why am I tired? What am I excited about? And then answer those questions in English.
Yes, because asking and answering trains your brain to think in English instead of translating. And that's one of the biggest issues we talked about in previous episodes. People translate too much.
Let's expand on that, because many listeners struggle with translation. They think in their native language first, then convert it into English. It slows down speaking.
Right. The mind becomes like a traffic jam. Every sentence gets stuck in the translation line. But when you think in English, everything flows faster.
So people often ask, how do I stop translating? And the answer is surprisingly simple. Use simple English. Don't try to say complicated things.
Yes, you don't need big vocabulary to start. For example, instead of thinking, I would like to express my deepest appreciation for your assistance, you can just think, thanks, that helped me a lot.
Exactly. Simple English is real English, and it's how native speakers talk most of the time.
Another method is to connect English to pictures, not your native language. For example, when you hear the word apple, imagine the fruit, not the translation.
This is how children learn. They see an object, they hear the word, and the brain connects them directly. No translation.
Adults can do that too. It's never too late.
Let's switch gears a bit. I want to talk about confidence, because many learners know English, but they freeze when speaking.
Oh yes, fear is the number one reason people don't speak. Not lack of vocabulary, fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of sounding silly.
But mistakes are natural. They're part of the process. You can't avoid them.
Exactly. I always say mistakes are proof you're using the language. If you make 0 mistakes, it means you're not speaking.
And people need to remember, native speakers make mistakes too. We say things wrong all the time. We correct ourselves, we pause, we forget words.
Yes, so if you're a learner and you make mistakes, it's totally normal. It's actually expected.
Now, let's talk about something interesting. Many learners say, I studied English for years in school, but I still can't speak.
Oh yes, I hear this every day.
And it's because school English is different from real English. In school, you learn grammar rules, vocabulary lists, exam answers, but you rarely speak naturally.
Exactly. Real conversations are messy. People interrupt each other. They use fillers like, well, you know, like. They don't speak with perfect grammar all the time.
So learners who only know textbook English feel lost when listening to real-life English.
That's why we encourage them to actually talk, to build real conversational skills. Even if they speak imperfectly, it's better than silence.
Now, let's talk about learning alone because many listeners don't have a speaking partner, and they think that's a problem.
But it's not a problem at all. You can become a great speaker even if you're alone. You just need techniques.
Let's share some. Technique number 1, shadowing. Listen to a native speaker and repeat everything at the same time.
Yes, it helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence.
Technique number 2, record yourself speaking. Talk for 3 minutes, then listen. You will hear your mistakes. You will hear what sounds good, and you will improve twice as fast.
I love that one. It's a little uncomfortable, but it works. Technique number 3, practice daily questions. Ask yourself questions and answer them out loud.
And here's another one. Technique number 4, create imaginary conversations. Pretend you're talking to someone. Imagine the questions they ask you and answer. It trains your brain to think quickly.
If someone does have a speaking partner, that's even better. But it doesn't need to be a native speaker. Anyone who speaks English is good.
Totally. 2 learners can help each other grow. You don't need someone perfect. You just need someone willing to speak.
And there are so many ways now. Apps, language exchange groups, online forums, video calls, local meetups.
Yes, and even games. People play online games and speak English naturally without thinking. It's incredible.
True. And when you speak with others, you learn real expressions, natural speed, and conversation flow.
A big challenge is consistency. People start practicing, but after 1 week, they stop. And then they say, I'm not improving.
Improvement requires time. Even 5 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week.
Exactly. Small but daily practice creates big results.
And it becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth.
One last thing. Make speaking fun. Don't treat it like a chore.
Yes, speak about your interests, your hobbies, your dreams, your favorite shows, your frustrations. Don't limit yourself to boring topics.
When you enjoy speaking, you speak more. And when you speak more, you improve faster. Simple formula.
You know, Anna, something that helped me personally was recording myself every day, even if it was just for 5 minutes. I'd listen back and think, oh wow, I sounded nervous here, or why did I pause so much? It's strange at first, but it's incredibly helpful.
Oh, absolutely. Recording yourself is powerful because it shows you your progress. Most learners think they sound terrible when actually they sound better than they imagine. It's a confidence booster too. And the best part, you can track your speaking journey like a diary. Day 1, week 1, month 1, big difference.
Yes, and when people listen to themselves a few months later, they usually say, wow, my pronunciation used to be so different, or I sound clearer now. That improvement keeps them motivated.
Speaking of pronunciation, one big issue many learners have is trying to copy every sound perfectly. But hey, accents are beautiful. You don't need to erase your accent to speak clearly. You just need to be understandable.
Exactly. English is spoken with hundreds of accents around the world. There's no one correct way. As long as people understand you, you're good. Clarity is the goal, not perfection.
I think perfectionism is one of the biggest enemies of speaking confidence. People stop themselves because they're afraid of sounding wrong. But guess what? Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers.
Oh yes, we mispronounce words, forget vocabulary, stutter, get nervous, you name it. The difference is native speakers don't judge themselves for it. English learners need to adopt that same mindset.
Right. Be kind to yourself. Learn to laugh at mistakes. Mistakes mean you're learning. If you never make mistakes, you're not speaking enough.
Ooh, that's good. Let me add another big tip. Use English in real-life moments. For example, if you cook, talk to yourself in English. If you walk outside, describe what you see. If you're thinking, think in English.
Yes, think in English. That is a huge step forward. People think it's impossible at first, but it starts with small thoughts like, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I should clean my room, I need water. The mind gets used to it.
Thinking in English reduces the translation delay. That delay is why many people say, I understand English, but I can't speak, because their brain is busy translating back and forth.
Exactly. And when you think directly in English, speaking becomes faster and more natural. You stop worrying about grammar rules while talking.
Another powerful trick is shadowing. You pick a short audio, maybe a movie scene, interview, podcast clip, and repeat it at the same time as the speaker, not after, but with them, like karaoke.
I love shadowing. It improves rhythm, pronunciation, speed, confidence, and even intonation. It's like learning music. You copy the melody of English.
That's a great way to put it. English has a melody, a rhythm. If learners follow that rhythm, their speaking becomes smoother.
And here's a fun one. Watch movies with English subtitles and read the characters' lips. You get a tiny lesson in mouth movement without even trying.
Oh, wow, that's smart. Lip reading helps with understanding how sounds are formed. English has some mouth shapes that don't exist in other languages.
Yes, for example, the TH sound. Many languages don't have that, but watching someone's mouth helps your brain and muscles copy it naturally.
Speaking of muscles, people forget speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth needs training just like your body. You get faster, smoother, sharper with practice.
That's why daily practice matters more than long sessions. 10 minutes every day beats 1 hour once a week. Consistency makes the muscles remember.
Exactly. Another thing, conversation partners. You don't need a native speaker all the time. You just need someone who genuinely wants to speak.
Yes, even learners who speak at the same level can help each other. They can correct mistakes, share expressions, practice dialogues. So helpful.
Sometimes learners say, but I don't have anyone to talk to. Then talk to yourself. Seriously, speak out loud, play both roles, ask questions, and answer them.
Self-dialogue is surprisingly effective. It builds fluency because you're practicing forming sentences without pressure.
And it builds confidence because you get used to hearing your own voice in English.
Confidence is truly the heart of speaking. You can know grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, but without confidence, you won't use any of it.
That brings us to a big question. How do learners build speaking confidence?
By speaking, by failing, by trying again. Confidence comes from actions, not from waiting.
Yes, confidence grows from experience. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. The first step is always the hardest, but after that, it gets fun.
And remember, your English doesn't need to be perfect to be powerful. Communication is the goal, not perfection.
Love that. And one more tip, celebrate progress. Every new sentence, every new conversation, every moment you speak, be proud.
Learning English is a journey, not a race, and every step you take matters.
So true. And hey, the audience listening today, they're already improving. They're listening to an English podcast. That's a big win.
Absolutely. If you're here listening, you've already taken a big step. Keep going, keep speaking, keep practicing.
And don't forget, you're capable of more than you think.
Believe in yourself. English isn't just a language, it's a skill you can improve every single day.
One word at a time.
One sentence at a time.
And one conversation at a time.
Exactly.